News now from Uttar Pradesh, and contrary to perception that children and elderly are most vulnerable to Covid-19, data released by the UP government suggests that over half of UP's Covid-19 patients are between the age group of 21 to 40. So that has been data that was released by the Uttar Pradesh government. Well, let's go across to Alok for more on this story. Alok, give us more details about this data and how it seems a majority of young adults have been the ones impacted by COVID in UP at least.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right, and we can take my audio if the video network is not very good at the moment. So basically, I think three sets of data that the government has released yesterday, and it's quite fascinating because these are detailed sets of data that are important to understand how the COVID-19 pandemic is panning out in Uttar Pradesh. Now, as you were saying, the first set there about the age group of those being affected. Now, according to the data released by the government, over 50%, Gargi, which is 51.93% of all COVID-19 cases in Uttar Pradesh are in the age group of 21 to 40, which, as you said, are young adults. So a total of 7,884 people are among the age group of 21 to 40 who are affected or who have the COVID-19 positive status. The second most affected group is the age group of 41 to 60. Which has 3,634 cases. I think more comparisons and more data is needed to understand just the import of this. One, of course, probably being a comparison with, as somebody pointed out, the population-wise, the age-wise population distribution in UP compared to this data, but that we can do later. I think the other important aspect that the government has highlighted is that Uttar Pradesh's recovery rate seems to be higher than what the All India average is. So yesterday, the All India recovery rate, or even as of this morning, was 52.79, Gargi. Uttar Pradesh's recovery rate as of yesterday evening was 60.85%. So 60% of people being affected by COVID-19 are getting back from hospitals safe and sound. And then I think the last set of data that is also interesting to see which are the districts that have the most active COVID-19 cases. Gautam Budh Nagar or Noida has 585 active cases, and that is the most for any UP district. I know that there's been a lot of controversy and criticism of the local administration there, given the kind of checks that they have at the borders or the fact that they continue to have their borders sealed. But the government is saying that look at the number of active cases there in Gautam Budh Nagar, which is part of the National Capital Region. And that's why those stringent measures are in place. Lucknow, surprisingly, has 309 active cases, the second most affected district right now in Uttar Pradesh. And that's a surprise because West UP districts like Meerut or even Kanpur, which is closer to Lucknow, were the ones with many active cases till about a week ago. But now it seems that Lucknow, the UP's capital, Gargi, has the second most active cases, COVID-19 cases in UP.
All right, Alok. Well, thanks so much for taking us through all those numbers. So that data released by the UP government to better understand the spread of coronavirus in the state.